overnight.
I like it
It's too cold.
for now.
Yeah, well, yeah, I personally, I'll enjoy it for July as long as we can get it. But what is it you guys are doing for this part of the season? Is summer mean break or does summer mean still working?
We have practice Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we also have weights on those days as well. So we still have to practice almost every day, and we're mainly working like upgrades and getting things consistent for season in January, which seems so far, but it comes really fast. So
Yeah, well, at least you're getting some work in. Then is it? Are you guys doing summer school as well, or is it mostly focused on athletics for now?
I'm doing summer school since I'm a freshman.
Mhm.
So I have the 5-week summer bridge program, and I'm taking a COM 101 class, and I have to do that every day from 9 to 12, I think. And then I go do PT and training and all that fun stuff.
Okay, and why don't you guys introduce yourself a little bit better since I I don't know too much about you guys either. So it's our first time on air.
Yeah, well, I'm Kinsey Davis, and I've been on here a couple of times. Not too many, though. I'm going to be taking over primarily Talking Tens in the future, so I'm very excited for that. And yeah, hopefully I'll get more comfortable and just bring new topics each week. And this is Emily Frost, who is a freshman, and yeah, like she said, she's in the summer bridge 5-week program, so she has hardly been here. How many how many
This
days?
is my second time.
But this has been your third week
yeah.
collectively here at UNL. So I'm a junior on the gymnastics team, and yeah.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from North Carolina, and she's from Tennessee. So we kind of support that region, I guess.
Yeah. Is there a lot of people? Is it I guess the roster made up from a lot of people around the country?
And the world, honestly.
Okay.
We have Canada and 2 from Italy, and then another incoming freshman from Hungary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a lot of diversity, which is really cool. We have a couple locals here from Nebraska, but let's see, where do we have people from?
Texas,
Colorado,
Michigan,
Colorado,
North Dakota, Tennessee, North Carolina,
New Jersey.
Where's Kat from?
Texas.
Oh. We have a lot from Texas.
And then Italy, like she said. And then, yeah, we have 2 Italians. One's in my class, and one is a senior. So that's pretty cool and interesting. And then, yeah, like she said, there will be an incoming freshman, and she's from Hungary. So, yeah. What is she doing right now, actually? She's
going to
World Championships?
Yes, I believe so.
She's not here right now, but she'll be coming in August. So that's really cool. And then my roommate, Emma Spence, is a sophomore. She's 1 grade below me, and right now she's at the Commonwealth Games representing Canada. So she flew forever ago. She flew to Canada, and then I think she was in France. Yeah, she was in Paris, and then they're actually competing in England.
Wow.
So she seriously has been all over the place. So we have a really cool diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how do you? I guess I'm assuming she had to earn that role on such a traveling opportunity.
Yes.
How did she do that? I suppose.
So we were training for Big Tens. So this was, I think, like March, and she decided to enter like a virtual competition. And I think that either qualified her to the national team, or she was already a member and she kind of was just competing in that just because. But she's been keeping up with her elite skills as well. So she honestly, like after season, she took like 2 weeks off, and then she just went right back to training. So what meet did she have the other day? Was it?
Girl, I don't know.
I know, I forget. She's new here. But so yeah, it just began with her with the virtual meets, and then she went with our coaches, Brian and Heather, to Canada, where she competed, and I think it was like a preliminary round because she could have gone to either one of 2 meets, and then she got selected for Commonwealth. So
wow,
that's how she did it.
That's very cool. I mean, I'm quite a bit older and I haven't traveled to any of those places. So eventually I'd like to, but if you get that opportunity, that's awesome. Did you do any recruiting for the freshmen coming in?
Me as myself?
Well, like I guess recruiting, hosting trips or anything like that. Not necessarily going out. Were you really?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. She was my host in October.
Yeah.
Just because I think part of it was because we were both from like the same region.
Oh yeah.
So there are like 8 regions in JO gymnastics, and we are the same region, which is like the southeast region. Um, and I mean, she was my host, and she took me around everywhere, showed me the campus, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think the stadium. We went to a football game. That was a
yeah,
night game. We talked about it the other week. Yeah, I think it was like a mutual kind of like that's probably why I was your host. But
yeah,
then I was a host for a couple of girls who will be coming in under y'all, which will be they'll be seniors now, so they'll probably be signing this fall. So a couple of us were hosts for them who ended up committing, so that's pretty cool. I don't know all of them right now, so
Yeah, that's
don't
right.
quote me on that. But there's a couple who, once they officially sign, we'll be excited about getting them here and getting to know them.
Did you feel any pressure when you're hosting? Because then there's the ones that probably got away as well.
Um, yes and no. I really like it actually. I hosted a girl, her name's Olivia. She ended up committing here and we really clicked, and I clicked with her mom as well. And I know her other daughter is a gymnast at another university that I had two teammates at the time. So I've kind of, you know, just made a connection between this small world that we have. And I don't know, I like to talk and I like to listen too. So it's just kind of like finding common ground. I like that. And obviously, selling the university is important, but I genuinely feel like I have a good outlook and perspective of things here, and I can kind of like tackle questions if they have them. But yeah, it definitely, you kind of have to be on top of it because, your reputation matters. So you kind of have to try.
Yeah.
You're hosting people.
And how about both you guys coming from the southeast? What kind of drew you, I guess, out of that region? Not necessarily that you wanted to leave, but I mean, did you have interest from southeastern teams? And then what kind of brought you to Nebraska?
I did have a few, but I always liked like the Midwest kind of. I mean, other than like it being colder in the winter. But I like the big skies and like it's. I mean, like the sunsets are like gorgeous. Tennessee sunsets are really pretty, but like Nebraska's just completely different because there's no like skyline. Like it's just like
I
cornfields.
always say like the sunsets here like 360. Like, did you see the
Yeah.
sunrise this morning
Yeah.
before weights?
Oh,
The
yes.
whole sky was
Yeah.
pink. It was so pretty.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue. I just had to say that the sunsets here are like 360. It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
And I also wanted like the big like sports atmosphere and stuff, and I knew Nebraska had that, and I mean, I just felt at home here, and I like the color red.
That always matters too.
Yes.
We are here on Talking Tens with Kenzie Davis, and Emily Frost. My phone's going off. It's trying to take. I was actually doing text to or read the text or whatever, so it was trying to keep up with me speaking here. But in any case, again, we are Talking Tens here on the 93.7 The Ticket. I make sure that I don't or give a shout out here on the Starter Hammond text line 402-464-5685. If you guys have questions for the girls, go ahead, or support, whatever, whatever. Not negativity, anything but negativity on the text line.
Send us questions and comments.
Yeah, questions and comments would be better. What do you guys usually do? As we here it is 9 o'clock at night. What time do you usually go to bed, I should say?
This time.
Yeah.
Yeah, staying up a little late.
Yes, I'm usually like in bed asleep at like 10:30 at the latest because we have to get up at 6, and I'm not a morning person at all. Kinsey is.
Yeah. Okay. I actually want Emily to talk about this because I'm sure that maybe
Uh-oh.
my dad would disagree. He had to deal with high school me getting up at like 5:30 for school.
5:30.
Yeah, my school was so early. I don't even know why. But it was definitely that hour of the morning. But yeah, my poor parents having to see me as a grumpy teenager. But now I love the mornings. Like I walk into weights. I don't even know how I
She's
must
like
look.
singing and like jumping up and
Smiling.
down, and everybody else is just over here in their hoodies, like
Everybody's just
crouched
like
down on the
this.
ground.
And I'm just like, hey guys, but no, normally I go to bed early because we do have to get up early in the morning. So.
Yeah. What is you guys like wind down, I suppose, at night? Do you watch TV, or do you I don't know what else you
Yeah.
do. You stay on your phone probably?
No, I usually like watch TikTok for a little bit, and then I have a TV show that I watch every night that I've been watching for like 5 years, and I watch the same thing over and over, and I just like fall asleep with it on now because I'm so
now you
used
have
to it.
share what it is.
New Girl.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I usually just watch Netflix before I go to bed, or like I'm in the middle of wait, I fell asleep during the movie, so I finished it, but I didn't like know how it ended. But like I usually watch a movie for like 20 minutes and then turn on my TV show and fall asleep.
Yeah, I watch Grey's Anatomy, and I agree. Like, the comfortability thing is very much true. Like, I like watching the same series over and over because I just know what's happening. And sometimes you forget the details, so like
Yeah.
watching it is like still interesting. But half the time it's like background noise if I'm like cleaning my room or like folding laundry or something. I just like have to have it on.
Yeah,
I don't
it's so
know.
boring in like quiet rooms. It just gets so quiet.
I know, but usually at night, I don't know. I mean, it's been a long day. I've been up since 4 this morning.
Jeez.
I keep not being able to sleep. So I like had the Snapchat time stamp at like 4 in the morning and I was like, guys, I'm wide awake. But yeah, at night I'll just like watch Grays or I don't know, listen to some music or something and then just candle, lavender spray, try to, wind down.
And it's funny too for people that aren't athletes. You wake up, you drink coffee or whatever. Do you guys have to avoid caffeine?
I can't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. I think it's
Hmm.
nasty. I mean, I never really like tried it, but I don't think it would go good for me. I already have like a lot of energy like once I wake up some more, and I don't think coffee would be good for me.
I love coffee. I don't really usually have it before weights. Like I usually just kind of roll out of bed and then like how I kind of become awake in the morning, I think is because I'll drive with my windows down and I don't know, just when I put a song on, like there's just no more going back to bed for me. Like I'm just
Yeah.
up. But once I'm done with weights, I definitely will have a coffee or I don't know, some sort of caffeine. I don't really drink soda anymore, but
I drink Sprite.
sometimes a Celsius, but I don't think I'm supposed to mention that unless it's approved. But
Okay, well then you didn't. Kinsey, or I guess Emily, have you been here for the winter yet? Then not
No,
quite yet.
no, I was here in October, and
Oh.
I thought it was really cold. Then I was in a sweatshirt and leggings the entire time, and I'm nervous for the winter.
I know. I'll take you under my wing. It's okay. I don't even know if I can get through it. This is, I mean, I've done 2 of them, but
Yeah. Did it take an adjustment coming from back home?
yeah.
Are you comfortable driving in the snow?
So I am. I'm not afraid of the challenge, but the problem is I drive a little Beetlebug Volkswagen
Yeah.
low to the ground. So my first winter here, my freshman year, the problem was like they would only shovel if it's so many whatever inches. And I guess my car is really low to the ground because I like my wheels could drive on it, but it would just push the snow around and it would kind of get
Oh, yeah.
stuck because it was just so low to the ground. But where I live now, like the driveways are shoveled and everything, and I have to go slow, and it is scary because like I have never really driven in the snow like prior to now, but I'm not afraid to try. It's just, I mean, you got to get out and figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish maybe I had like a different car for the snow. I think Volkswagens are actually good for the snow, but
Not when they're that low to the ground,
yeah,
though.
not my car's kind of little itty bitty, so
Yeah, I drove in the snow once in West Virginia when, well, with my grandpa. He wanted to teach me how, and I was like, I think I was literally just 16, and I haven't driven since because we don't get snow. Like we get ice in Tennessee, but I mean you can't drive on ice. Like it's just not safe. Like you
Yeah.
can drive in snow and like survive,
and
but
figure it out.
yeah, but I don't drive in snow.
And for I guess it's summer. I assume that's the time a lot of athletes kind of get to go back home. But you guys got your regimes and stuff going on. When do you get to go back home?
I go back August 11th, and then I'm back until I come back the 20th, I think. So I think it's the Saturday, and class starts on Monday.
Yeah. Well, for me, I went home after season, so that was early May. I actually went home like the week of finals week because I was all done. And I went home for 6 weeks, and then I came back at the end of June. So I've been back for close to probably a month now. But we all were supposed to report for the second 5 weeks for those taking a class. I am not in one now, but I took one the first 5 weeks, so I don't have to be this time around. But just having all of the team here so we can try and become more cohesive and get to know each other and bond and work out and kind of get ahead of that. So there is an opportunity, like you said, you're going home the 11th, did you say?
Yeah.
So after the 5 weeks finishes, there is a small period of time where you could go and come back. But I think I'm probably staying. I guess it's still up in the air, but it's approaching. So as of right now, I'm not going anywhere. But I did go home for quite some time, like recently. So
Yeah, I'm leaving like right. My flight leaves at 3, so I have to come in early for practice so I don't miss that practice. And I have volunteering that day as well, so I have a jam-packed day.
Yeah, gotta get it all in before you go home.
Yes.
Do you guys obviously for you it's rather new, but do you get homesick at all?
Um, I don't think I have yet. Like, I don't think I have. I think I'd know if I had, but I mean, I feel pretty good right now. I mean, if I ever start feeling like sad or something, I watch TV or like try and go out and do something. Like, I got a little motor scooter, not motor scooter, like a little scooter that like is
Like a bird?
no, like a scooter, like
Oh
a
yeah, your scooter that
yeah,
you okay.
just like a scooter. And I usually like go out and ride that just because I like being outside and it makes me happy, except when it's cold. But it makes me
She
happy.
can't
So
emphasize enough. For me, you definitely would know if you are homesick. I
yeah,
think at the start, like you're kind of excited about everything in your future and you're looking forward to things. So probably it might be a little bit before you are, especially if you're going to go back home in August, then come
yeah,
back. For me, I didn't come my freshman year until August. So I didn't have the summer like she has right now. And I think I got homesick like in October, November, because it was kind of like fall, like the semester was winding down, and we didn't get to go home for Thanksgiving because COVID was
Mm.
really bad at the time. Um, but yeah, I think it wasn't until the fall. But then once you start competing, you kind of forget about it as well.
Yeah.
But since then, I became homesick a little bit after I competed regionals in April, like the first week of April, and I had like a whole month before I was going home again, and then gym wasn't even happening anymore, so it was just school, and my
Mhm.
days were like so long. I would just get up and do school all day long, and the only thing that was keeping me going was like looking forward to going home. But usually when you keep yourself occupied, like you can kind of um go around it, I guess.
Yeah. And what is the like the season the for gym like how I guess there's probably is there two of them or is there a few of them like indoor
Um
and outdoor or anything? That's more
no.
track, but
Yeah, we just have one season and it would be January to probably May or
Hopefully
Okay.
May.
April, May. Yeah, hopefully
Hopefully May.
May if we go all the way. But the thing too is that we call it preseason. So that would just be the fall, but it's just as important, if not more, than actual season because when we do compete, it's every single week. So at that point, you can't really, well, you can
Learn.
improve, you can always improve,
Yeah,
but you cannot like just be getting your life together at that
yeah.
time. Like it's more like perfecting. So
Hmm.
preseason is like the hard cardio, the hard conditioning, and the big assignments. And then once season comes, it's like a lighter load because you're kind of like doing more. So yeah,
Doing
it's
more
really
but less.
important. Yeah.
And I mean, we have like inner squads in November, I
Yeah, I
think.
think we have one in November and one in December.
Yeah, so it's like a meet like against your own team kind of, but like not really against, just like getting used to like the competition
The
atmosphere.
pressure,
And
yeah.
yeah, because that's probably one of the hardest parts is the pressure of not falling.
Yeah, just the pressure of uh making it count and kind of putting yourself in that position. So that's what we have to look forward to. So if you think about it like August, September, October, that would be in like 3 months from now. So it's like
Oh gosh.
that's what we train for. That happens first. And then not to mention the holidays, Christmas, like in the past we've gone home on like the 21st or 22nd and then we've come back on the 26th. So we come back the day after Christmas. And it's just important to realize between like Christmas and New Year's and even Thanksgiving prior to that, like we can't as easily just be skipping practices all the time because our season is right around the corner.
Well, it's interesting too because you mentioned like camaraderie and kind of getting together and having team leaders and such. How much does it matter, or how more important is it to be on a solid team, as opposed to being able to kind of, I guess, narrow in on your individual task if I guess the teammates aren't around for you.
It matters a lot. Like I mentioned before, I didn't come till August, and at that point, that was due to COVID. So none of the freshmen did. But when school kind of starts, everybody has their own thing they're worrying about. But on an NCAA team, any team you're a part of, in college, like it's so vital that you guys are cohesive and that you like have bonded, because it is about the team now. It's not about yourself anymore. But what you did mention about your own task, that does come into play, because in a sense, how I can best help the team is by doing my job. So I need to kind of do whatever I need to get that done. But yeah, I mean, it's when you get a group of like 18 girls together, like you really got to find how you work well with each other. So that's extremely important. And we're putting a lot of effort into that right now. Do you want to talk about a little bit what we're doing with Dr. Chatters and just like diversity and inclusion and what we've shared with each other?
Yeah, so this year we're focusing a lot on just like getting to know each other as like a person, not just like as a gymnast. And so we've talked about like what has changed, like our perspective in life and why we're in gymnastics, and to keep that in the back of your head as to like that's why you're doing this, because you love it and you want to do it. And I mean, it's mainly just like becoming more of a team, because in JOs for me, like club gymnastics, it was mainly like, oh, I have to do good because I want to go to college, or I want to get this score in an event or something. Like, yeah, the team like score matters, but it's not as big as it is in college gymnastics. And I think that's going to be like a big adjustment for some of us, because we've never had to focus on like being a team as much as we will in college. And so, I mean, I think I'll do fine with that, because I mean, I'm a pretty talkative person. I like being around groups of people. And so I think that's a big thing, is just being a team and supporting each other in everything you do, and knowing what mistakes you need to fix in yourself and in your gymnastics and as a team.
Well, we're up against it. We better take a break here soon. This is Talkin Tens on Ticket Weeknights. We have Emily Frost and Kenzie Davis here along with me. Jake Balkov and Harrison is out tonight. Should be back tomorrow. But we'll take a quick break. When we come back on Talkin Tens, we'll dive a little bit more into what you guys are talking about. Maybe learning a little bit more outside of athletics. So we'll do that next here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Come see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond all season long. The best seat in town, the best block party, the best outdoor bar, your best night ever. Join the Salt Dogs for Nebraska Medical Association and Lancaster County Medical Society Triple Play Tuesdays, Fairbury Brand Winter Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days brought to you by Casey's. Hit a home run with your next trip to Haymarket Park. Buy tickets at saltdogs.com.
Work, laundry, dishes. I was exhausted. I needed a vacation, but finding a way to pay for it, not so easy. Then I found it, a research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. It was so easy. I earned cash for the study and booked that vacation. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
The 2022 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and we need you in Memorial Stadium this fall. A customizable Husker football 3-game mini plan is on sale now for only $180. To purchase your 2022 Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111. Go Big Red.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to Oak Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Back to Talkin Tens with Michaela Curtis and Kinsey Roby on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Talking Tens. I'm Kinsey Davis, and I'm here with Emily Frost. Before the break, we were talking about some of the things we've been doing to help build team bonding and some exercises we've done. And we wanted to mention this really cool exercise we did with the Marines. So do you want to open up a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, well, at first they scared us talking about how we were going to be like running and jumping and climbing and stuff. And we thought it was going to be like a lot of like physical stuff. And so I think he kind of like did that to like put a little scare factor in us, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it ended up being actually really cool. So one of the exercises we did was we had to build a tent as a team. Well, we were in 2 teams. We got split up, but we had to have our dominant hand behind our back. And then we couldn't talk with our team at all. And we went in 2 like groups. And so one group was building the tent and the other group was in a plank hold. And so like the faster you got it done, the less time they had in a plank.
So I think we switched off. It was 1 minute, right? Like they capped us off.
Yeah.
We were split into 2 teams. Those teams were then split into 2 groups. And we had 4 in each group, and then 4 were in a plank hold, while the other 4 were attempting to build this tent with only one arm, your non-dominant one,
good.
and also they couldn't talk to each other, so everyone's just looking at each other with their non-dominant.
And I think only like 2 of us had ever built a tent before.
I know.
And
One being you.
Yeah, I think it was.
And I was on
me
her team.
Yeah, and like
And I was like,
it was so hard because we couldn't communicate with one another, and like I think that was showing us like communication is key, and like team building, like getting to communicate with people about like what you need them to do and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so my team didn't get it done. We struggled a lot, but the other team ended up getting it done. And then we did another exercise with, it was like cinder blocks were on the ground, and we had
wooden planks.
Yeah, wood planks, and then we had like 3 like bags of like supplies, I guess it was called. And like the ground was like a raging river or something, and we had to get across.
She's painting this scene. The scene is that yes, there was dangerous waters. We had to get to the other side with the supplies and everyone without touching the ground.
Yeah,
but the cinder blocks were like placed like
diagonally, kind of.
Yes, and you had to like strategize how you were going to use the wooden planks, which I don't know. You weren't on my team for this.
Yeah.
And again, my team did not. We took the L again for the second time.
It's because Kinsey's on that team.
Yeah, probably that.
But we had 8 people in a group, and only the freshmen could talk in this one. So we had 4 freshmen, 2 in each group. And so like we would tell like the other girls what to do and how to do it. And I guess it was kind of showing us that like we can still like talk up even though we're just freshmen, and like people value our opinion still. And just kind of getting us out of our comfort zone. But I like that challenge because, I mean, my group did pretty good at it.
Mm-hmm. I still don't understand how their group took the wood plank. Here's what me and one of the seniors I would like carry the wood above my head, and then I would be standing on the cinder block, and she would be as well. We would both be like on it together, and then I would like walk my hands down and try to like lower it until finally like my biceps couldn't handle this like plank of wood, and then it would just like fall, and it was literally like a percentage of if it would make it on the cinder block or not. And so like for a couple times we missed, but we knew we were right there, and then we would get it, but it would kind of be just like
off and you'd fall.
Well, yeah, it would just be like lucky, really. And then like you guys, your whole team was across, and we were like just getting our supplies, and we were like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I was first one in that one, and I like used my stomach to like hold it so it would go down easier, and like I like squat down so it would be closer to the cinder block. But I mean, it was like a decent sized plank, and at first we tried to put everybody on the plank at once, and then it started cracking. And so we got told that we could only have 4 people on a plank at once, so we had to go in like 2 groups.
Our strategy made sense. I'm going to try to explain this hopefully and it makes sense. But we were going to have only a couple of us, like 3 of us, like deal with the whole wooden plank. Like put it down, like waddle across, get it again, put it down again, whatever, get to the other side. And then we were going to go back again and then do it again with like the other 4 girls. And that would be like our whole team. The problem is we were on our way back. It had worked. It did work. I was on the way back because I don't know why I was just like the plank lord apparently of the team. And I like look over and their entire team was already there. So like ours would have worked, but it was more tedious and it was less precise. It was more like luck, but it was like the thought was there.
Yeah.
Did you have any freshmen that could communicate in this one?
Yeah, we had to. I think that the rules, like they shared their ideas of what they think, which I think Caitlin was on my team for this one, and she ended up, it was like her plan that we did because we were going to do it a different way. I don't remember how, but she's like, hey guys, like what if we did this? And I was like, yes, everybody listen to Caitlin. Like that's good. And so hopefully that made her feel heard and like understood. And
we had a minute to talk beforehand. So like we could talk for a minute, and then once you kind of like got your plan together, then you could not talk at all. And so that was probably the hardest part. And so it kind of taught us that like communicating is a big factor in being a team. And like you want to know how everybody else feels, and like you value other people's opinions. And I think it would make us stronger as a team to be able to like know how other people are feeling about a meet or about their skills or something, and just being able to communicate that with other people and becoming closer. Like,
yeah, even outside of athletics, it's important to have that relationship that, you know, you care about the person outside of the sport as well. And it's not just like all gas, no brakes in the gym and then like bye, like deal with it on your own, you know? But it was a really cool exercise. So thank you to the Marines if anybody's watching or listening to this. And it was super cool. When they came into the gym at first, they kind of introduced themselves and their rank and everything.
Yeah.
And it was super interesting to hear about their side of things and what their job and their role was. And then we did all of our exercises, and then we had a little chit chat at the end and got to kind of talk openly amongst each other. And then that was everything. But it was super memorable, and hopefully people took stuff away from it.
Yeah, and I think we did, because we have meetings every week now with Dr. Chatters and just building as a team and what we need to do, and yeah, everything with that, I guess.
Yeah.
Were you intimidated at all by the Marines?
No,
so my grandpa was a general in the Air Force. Yeah, Air Force.
Okay.
I think. And so like I know him as like a fun, like he acts like a 16-year-old. Like he is a child at heart, and like he still water skis, and he's 80. Like he is one of the most outgoing people, and like I've like met some of his friends like in their neighborhood that they're in. They have a lot of like ex-military personnel, I guess. And so like I've gotten to talk to them a lot, and like I think they're just like chill people, but like when they have to be, like they'll be like all like not uptight, but like in the moment, I guess.
Discipline, maybe.
Yeah, discipline. So like I wasn't as intimidated as like some of the other girls that like never really been in a situation like that. But
what I was going to throw in there was my reaction, I guess. I don't know who saw it, but I think a couple people maybe were intimidated, or they said they did, but I wasn't paying attention to like their reactions. But they walked in and I was like, my jaw dropped, and I was like, oh my gosh. And
she literally said that.
I said it just like that. And I was like so excited to see them. I like was in awe of them, honestly, because they came in their little like matching outfit, whatever. It wasn't, I guess it was sort of a uniform, but like it wasn't really like they were wearing this shirt that I have. It's black on the front, and the back says pain is weakness leaving the body.
Yeah.
And I literally wore it at weights like 2 days before. And
she was prepared.
Yeah, I love that shirt. So they came in, so they weren't quite in a uniform, but they were in their little matching outfits, and I knew they were legit. So I was like, oh my gosh. Literally, I said that. Oh my gosh.
Well, so how many, like you said, you're meeting all the time for these team building exercises. What did you say, once a week?
Yeah, so the first week we did 2, and then now it's kind of just down to once a week, and then we'll have a team building thing in
Team
August.
retreat.
Yeah, team retreat in August, and I think we're gonna stay here in Lincoln, possibly. But I don't really
yeah, I
know.
don't know where it is. It's around Lincoln. Like we don't go too far, but I'm not exactly sure. Last time we went out about 30 minutes probably somewhere, and we did this kind of like ziplining course, kind of ropes course.
cool.
And I don't know the name of it, but if I remember, I can mention it. But it was also a really great experience, and it required a lot of team effort and also very memorable. So hopefully it's usually like hands-on and kind of, like a challenge you kind of have to overcome. But yeah, I would say the meetings are like once a week. We did have two the first week just to kind of go over like rules and getting to meet everyone and like what our goals are for the season, I guess, or like the rest of the summer. And then we have one tomorrow. It's from 4 to 5. I don't know what we're doing. Yeah.
Oh, oops.
On my calendar, practice 2 to 4, meeting 4 to 5.
Yeah. I think that one's with Dr. Chatters again.
Yeah, probably. They're mostly with Dr. Chatters or our sports psych to do.
Dr. Chatters like our
So he recently had a role change, but he
Yeah.
was our like diversity and inclusion equity director, and now that was put on to what was his name? Phil.
I
or
don't
something?
remember.
We met him last week, but there's been a shift of roles. But Dr. Chatters is amazing. He actually has his degree in like psychology, so he's very like he asks us thought-provoking things, and he's very deep in having us do purposeful exercises. And I think that it really challenges us and really makes us think, like the other week when we talked about kind of like something in our life that really altered our perspective or really changed. We all had to share these really vulnerable experiences, as vulnerable as you wanted to share, but it kind of made you like look at the person next to you and appreciate what they've been through if they felt comfortable sharing that with you. So
Yeah, that's an interesting. I don't know if I would do that. I'm not going to do it on air, but that is. I can imagine kind of getting closer to people by doing that. How many? I guess like I don't want to just classify as coaches because clearly there's other people that kind of help you guys out. How many? But I don't know what other word to use. I suppose. How many coaches or people in those type of roles are around the gymnast?
Right. So we have 3 like gymnastics. 3 gymnastics coaches. I think we have 1 volunteer.
So we'll have 1 volunteer. Yes, we have our head coach, 2 assistant coaches. So that's 3, and then but technically 4. She'll be our volunteer assistant.
Yeah. And then we have like our nutritionist. We have Dr. Chatters. We have our psychologist. Our physical therapist. Who else do we have? We have other people. We have a lot of
like our academic advisors and everything.
Mm.
As far as the sports side of things, we do have our trainer we do PT with, and then like 4 coaches, which I feel like that's I don't know compared to other sports, but I feel like that's like an average amount. I mean, there's 4 events.
Good one.
Yeah, so that makes sense. And I guess we should specialize. What kind of events you guys do?
You go.
So I do vault, bars, and beam. So there's 4 events, like I said. The only one I don't do is floor. I have a hard time tumbling. I have really bad back that I've talked about before. So I kind of came into college training all around, sort of. I mean, I did try, just kind of didn't foresee myself to really, put myself in a lineup. But once I stopped training floor a little bit, I kind of excelled in the other 3. So I'm technically an event specialist, but yeah, I do vault, bars, and beam, and I love doing all of them.
Yeah. So I am coming back from injury. So I'm mostly bars, and if I would probably do floor and beam. I'm not a vault person.
She's a strong floor person.
Yeah.
Very strong.
I'm good at floor, and bars is my favorite to practice, and floor is my favorite to compete, just because floor shows my personality and like it's just more fun, and I don't feel as much pressure on floor because I like know I can make it, and like I'm usually very confident with my floor routine. Bars, I just know that I can do good, and I know that people know I can do good on bars, so then I feel more pressure on that, just because I feel like I like have to do good. But yeah, so hopefully this season I'll compete bars and maybe beam or floor, kind of depending on how my injury comes back.
This is kind of a weird question, but I say it because my friend was on the gymnastics team when I was in college, and people would try to make him to do backflips because they know he could do it. You guys ever get pressured to do something cool because people know you can?
I have before. Well, in elementary school at the playground, I used to always get asked to do like a back handspring or back tuck or something, but I don't get that as much anymore. They're just like, "Oh my gosh, can you do this?" I'm like, "Yeah," and that's kind of like the extent of the conversation, I
Yeah.
guess. But I always get asked if I'm going to the Olympics, like all the time. I'm like, "Nope, my goal is college, and that's about
Either
it."
that or pro, which I mean, it's a fair question to ask, but just in our sport and the timing of things, college is usually the last stop. Although I will say, like, we've had a lot of like breakthroughs in our sport because there's been a lot of girls who go to college and then go back to elite and return, which is typically like unusual, but now it's becoming more common. But yeah, everybody always thinks like you're in college to prepare for the Olympics or to go pro, and for us it's like, no, that's not us.
Yeah, I don't think my body would last that long to go pro anyway, so I'm a freshman and I'm barely making it.
Okay.
Well, we better take a quick break, our last break before we come back for our final segment. Once again, this is Talkin Tens here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. It's Ticket Weeknights. We'll be right back.
So Nebraska volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
And now, poetry from the world of Yum. You need a treat, but not something predictable. Cookies, cupcakes, apple pie, it's all boringly typical. So here's a little rule of thumb. Take that income, avoid the humdrum, and get yourself to the world of Yum. The cakes are made for any celebration, every cause of elation, alongside every occasion. So get in your car. You would be remiss not to take that drive down to Beatrice.
Check out Grandma's fruitcake and all the delicious desserts at Beatrice Bakery. Welcome to our world of Yum.
Swing for the fences with single game tickets to see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond. The Salt Dog season is stacked with reasons to spend your summer at Haymarket Park. Get a free general admission ticket when you donate 3 non-perishable food items on Triple Play Tuesdays. Eat $2 Fairbury brand dogs on Wiener Wednesdays. Score drink specials on Thirsty Thursdays. Then win your weekend with Firework Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days presented by Casey's. Get tickets at saltdogs.com.
Indianapolis, the crossroads of America.
Tune in this Tuesday and Wednesday live from Indy as we bring you coverage of Big Ten Media Days from Lucas Oil Stadium. DP, Strick, Rashawn, Jay, and Jake will be out there with all the information, all the interviews, and all the sights and sounds to get you ready for the college football season. It's Big Ten Media Days live on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days is sponsored by Ben Bleicher of Professional Realty Group with BHHS Ambassador and Gary Michaels Clothiers.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Work, laundry, dishes. I was exhausted. I needed a vacation, but finding a way to pay for it, not so easy. Then I found it. A research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. It was so easy. I earned cash for the study and booked that vacation. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at healthresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to Talkin Tens with Michaela Curtis and Kinsey Roby on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey y'all, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. This is Kinsey Davis and Emily Frost with Talkin Tens.
Yeah, and we will continue. We got our final segment here. First, Emily, I have to ask you probably what you're asked all the time about your last name. Are you related?
No, but my dad's name is Scott Frost.
Oh,
so,
is
like,
it?
and like on my official visit, they met, and it was, I mean, cool. He was like, "Hey, I'm Scott Frost," and like Coach Scott Frost, like, "No, I'm Scott Frost," and they got their picture and stuff. But no, I'm not related. But my dad like grew up like watching him on TV and stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah.
yeah, it was a cool experience, I guess.
How often are you asked?
Quite a bit.
Yeah,
like
I
quite a bit.
figured.
I have a little sign in my room that says Frost, just because, and it's like a Nebraska sign. So like, I mean, it's pretty cool to be able to get things that say like your last name with your college. So
Yeah. There's probably a lot of stuff you can buy around here with your
Oh, yeah.
last name.
Yeah.
It is it is the summertime, and what do you guys like to do specifically for the summer?
Well, whenever I'm not at the gym, we just got our pool this like 2 summers ago, I guess. So I usually go out to the pool and like lay out and swim with friends and stuff, or my family. But my grandparents have a lake, and so we usually, well, they don't have the lake, but they live on the lake. And so we usually go boating, and I love like tubing and water skiing and wakeboarding. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking it up about water skiing. I also live by the lake, and again, gonna refrain from saying how my parents, we don't have the boat anymore, but growing up I learned to water ski, and honestly I loved it. And I didn't do it like all too consistently, but whenever I do, it's still there and I can still stand up. And most recently I was in Bryson City, which is kind of not, well, okay, if you're unfamiliar with North Carolina, it's kind of by Asheville. There's mountains and everything. It's kind of high up, and we went on this beautiful lake where you can see the mountains, and the water was like glass, and it was perfect, and it was a beautiful day. And I went in, I think it must have been May at the time, and I hadn't skied in a while, and this wasn't even my boat, they weren't my skis, and I just got up on the first try, and I was like, yes, I still got it. But I love to do that. And then I guess just going to the pool, but not too much because I burn. So
my gosh.
I have to have like a limited amount of time per day. Like,
Is water skiing something? Does it take a few tries? I don't think I've done it before.
Yeah, well, when I started, my like mom or dad would like be in the water, and they'd kind of like push me up some to like help me. That was like when I first started skiing when I was like 6, I think. And like we had the little skis tied together so my legs wouldn't like go out in the straddle or anything. But I mean, once you get it, you kind of like stay. It's like riding a bike. You like know how to do it. Like it may take you like a try or two, but once you know how to do it, you stick with it.
I think it definitely does take a couple tries. Like it's not that easily. I mean, maybe you're just a stud, so you just get off on the second try. But no, it's true. When you're little, like someone will be in the water with you. But the first skis I ever had like a post in the middle of them, so my leg muscles didn't have to like hold it together, because that's like a whole thing in its own. So kind of moving from the beginner skis to actually big long skis and having to like have the leg muscles to get it, it's kind of takes a while to adapt.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Have you guys tried surfing? I tried to do that maybe last summer, and there's no way I could balance. It's like I don't even understand how long you have to practice.
Surf.
I was gonna go this summer, but I broke my ankle, so I couldn't really stay. But I've always wanted to. I haven't tried it yet though. My coach surfs. Well, like my coach back home surfs, and so he was gonna take me out, but
it looks kind of intimidating. Like
so
water skiing is one thing I like. I don't know. It seems more safe to me. Surfing is just like, you really need to know what you're doing. And like, how do you even know what you're doing the first time? Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah. And like, I think you like have to, well, there are like 2 ways that you can like jump onto the wake with your surfboard, or you can like get pulled up and like pull yourself in. I haven't done either, so I don't know which one is better. But
did you say you had or hadn't surfed?
I tried. I wouldn't consider it surfing. I had a surfboard though.
Yeah, I'd be scared to like fall and like get chopped up by the motor. I mean, I guess there's certain boats for that. So
How about opposite of water skiing, more not summer but winter, just skiing in general? I've heard that's difficult too. I've never tried
I
that
love
either.
it. I love
you?
skiing. I've always wanted to snowboard, but I've gone. I think skiing's so fun. I mean, it's cold, but I mean, it's similar
There goes
to water
again with the
skiing.
cold.
It's similar to water skiing, but like once you like start like skiing in the snow, like you get hot, so like you don't need as many like jackets and stuff, which is nice. But I think it's so fun to snow ski. Yeah, it's really fun.
You are outdoorsy. I've
Very much
never,
so.
I would never. I mean, I'm sure I could do
Really?
it probably. I've kind of in North Carolina, we have the mountains, like I mentioned. Up in App State, I have a friend who some of her friends get together and they'll just snowboard. And my sister's husband does it as well. And they went to Vermont earlier this year with a couple that they're friends with. And my sister tried and she fell right on her butt and she thought she broke her tailbone. It was like this big crisis. We knew something was going to happen. But she also picked up water skiing really easily, or not really easily, but like after a couple tries. But we kind of forced her, and the lake that we live by is like pretty choppy, but she kind of got a late start because she never learned as early as I did. But she picked it up. So she's athletic as well, but she, fell down on trying to ski on snow. So
we did like a snow bunny like ski class in West Virginia, and it was like pizza to stop and like fries to keep going. And my dad took it with us because he had never skied before, and it was like all these like little kids, and he was there. I thought it was the funniest thing.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I've never done that. So
Yeah, I don't I think that I think it'll be, from what I've heard from people, is that it's difficult, but once you pick it up, you do have quite a bit of fun. Do you guys, obviously, you guys are embracing Nebraska, and we appreciate that. But just talking about the mountains, is that something that you miss? We have beautiful skies, but the land is pretty flat.
I do. My aunt has a cabin, so I've kind of grown up going up to the mountains, and there's a couple things to do. You can paddleboard, go on the lake, we'll hike, just
I
have
love hiking.
bonfires. Like, yeah, we definitely get our fair share of exercise when we go up there because everything's at an incline. But I don't mind it. I think it's beautiful. I'm kind of more of a mountain girl than beach girl. But yeah, I miss the greenery and the trees, I will say. It's quite different. I didn't think it was that substantial, I guess, coming here. But then when I did go back home for like the second or third time, I was like, okay, yeah, it's actually very different.
Yeah, Middle Tennessee is more like hilly and like flat, not like flat, but like it's more hilly than mountainous. And like East Tennessee is where it's like more mountains and stuff because you have Gatlinburg and like Smoky Mountains and everything. And that's where my brother goes to school. He goes to UTK, Knoxville. And so he is more used to like the hills and the mountains and stuff. Like their campus is extremely hilly and I could not do it, but I like the flatness for the most part. I miss some hills, but
yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
How about just doing these activities we're talking about in general? When you're athletes, you kind of got to take care of your bodies. Do your coaches tell you, no bungee jumping or anything?
I don't think so. They just tell us to be careful with what we do and be smart. Well, that's what Tom tells me at least.
Tom. Yeah, I don't think I can't say that they've ever been super like do this or don't do this. They definitely want us to be careful, but we also like took a recruit. We had like axe throwing, like that was like, hey, welcome to Nebraska, axe throwing. So I think we're off the hook in that area.
We did an escape game for my official visit.
Oh, that's right.
Like escape room?
Mhm.
Did you guys get out?
She came in clutch at the last minute. Did you not?
Yeah,
she's so smart. She's so well rounded. She keeps coming in clutch. She can build tents. She can.
I accidentally opened something that wasn't supposed to be open.
Yeah.
And the lady, like, we called for the next 10. She's like, "Did you already open this?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Did you like pry it open?" I said, "No, I used my fingernail and like kind of twisted it." I was like, "I didn't know that we weren't supposed to do that, but my bad."
But we got out with like 10 seconds left, and
Yeah.
it was a big
Oh,
team
nice.
effort, but that helped a lot.
Yeah.
See, I haven't done one of those yet. I want to do one of those too before I'm done. So lots of experiences you guys have, or maybe I just don't have too many. I'm not really sure, one way or the other. But this has been Talkin Tens. We've had a great time. We've been keeping everybody up past their bedtime. But Kenzie Davis and Emily Frost here of the gymnastic teams for Talkin Tens. And Kenzie, sounds like you're going to be a regular on here, and Emily, we'll be cheering for you. And if you come back, we'll cheer for you even more. How about that?
Thank you.
All right. That'll wrap it up for Ticket Weeknights all together tonight. Thanks for sticking with us. And we'll be back for more. Of course, I should promote this. I mean, we've got a great group of guys out there for Big Ten Media Days at Lucas Oil Stadium. So if you want your Big Ten Media Day coverage, it's right here on the ticket once you wake up all throughout the day. So that'll be on tomorrow. For Ticket Weeknights, we'll sign off and send you to national radio. Have a good night.